Higher purpose. Part 1. New life. So the experiment was a success, but that is data. Interesting to convince agent. Detected promising chemicals from the arachno affected instant anyone super perfected, having control over the infected. One army of followers on arachno paid me handsomely for. However, I think I will make much better use of these dregs than arachnos. You agree? We cannot have someone else controlling these infected. I suspected either a rival scientist or longbow. If the latter, then we must stop them. They will seek to try to kill the infected, make them normal again. How horrible would that be? To have your life altered, your purpose bettered, only for you to return to your banal existence. Drag living in a dump. We can find who is doing this, agent. It is our duty towards our own destiny. Any idea work? I just might. There are reports of other infected about some falling in. Believe the use of brute force is necessary with thee. You can find and defeat enough of them. I will use my devices to try to look calling for them. I would send you a message when I found it. Doc. Whatever you say, Doc. Boom. Got him. Got him. Let's go. Go down there. I want to go down there again. Let me actually pick where I'm going. Those are the leader of the eyes, calling all who gather to. I shall bring promised land, find the cure to our condition, and in the urgent water, folk, I will. On closer examination, you're able to tell that someone else is controlling this infected. Seems to be some sort of telepathy. Whoever's doing this is trying to bring the infected some cure them of their. There can only be one group who try such a longbow. Longbow always getting in the way. So yo, I thought I was in an instance. That was kind of cool. I call him yet? Longbow, They're too short-sighted to see the true miracles that we are working with affected. You and I cannot allow this to succeed, Agent Noy. Longbow must be employing a telepath to control the infected. We must find them and crush them, along with the cure they've created. Alley, proper destiny. Alright, so we're done with this guy soon. The area of Darwin's Landing is crawling with Longbow, Agent Noy, and I don't believe that this telepath is hiding in their main base, Darwin. No, they must be close, very close by in order to have such an effect on the infected in Jersey City. I know the deal. Beat up Longbow, find the obvious evidence of their base, right? Good to see that we're on the same page. If Longbow is this close to curing the infected, they'll be sure to have plenty of their grunts out in force to stop any villains from finding their base. Fortunately, they are severely underestimated abilities once again. Eating enough of them will earn us the information we need. Then, with Longbow's outpost here destroyed, experimentation on the infected and the people of Mercy can continue. I would wish I had taken what's his name, Firewire's missions now. I knew what I was getting, but it wasn't nothing crazy like this. Crazy, man. I don't know, I guess you don't put any thought into the missions. Just run through, beat up the people, get your XP. But I'm just saying, like, look at the story. It's like, why you want to do it? Like, I understand you infect the people. Now you had this infected army. They got superpowers and stuff. And then you turn around and sell them to Lord Recluse, right? It's just like selling arms dealer, instead of selling missiles and guns and stuff, selling soldiers. I'm like, that was in his mind making their life better, right? Yeah, why would they want to be cured and go back to their regular mundane lives when they can serve a higher purpose? Like, you know, if it's so great, how come you don't do it to yourself? That's the irony there. It's a higher purpose. If it's so great, how come you don't infect yourself? Like, well, who would get the money? If I infect myself, then who's gonna make sure it happens to other people? Keep the party going. That shouldn't be important to you. You're serving a higher purpose. Worrying about other people serving that purpose, don't worry about it. You live in your truth, man. Don't pay ink. Out where the base is. How deep this rabbit hole goes. I say one thing. The caves in City of Villains so far are a whole lot nicer than the caves in City of Heroes. I have a few friends and they like exclusively play Villains. Like as soon as City of Villains came out, and you know, like they ain't even want to be on Heroes anymore. Now, you know, now that you go rogue and do all this other stuff, both security term wide open for you. Disable this Darwin. Disable the database. Disable the database out the base's access Darwin. Right, and it blew up in my face. Literally blew up in my face. You like Villains better too? I said this earlier. That I played one villain to 50 in like 2008, 2009, and it was only because I wanted to unlock my villain epic archetype characters. But Necromancy, Dark, Mastermind. I had some other villain characters too, but that were pretty cool. I think I had a Brute. When City of Villains first came out, I had a Brute because I had played a Storm Defender. Couldn't kill anything. But I couldn't fight anything by myself, so it was like, man, now I have this Brute. I can all his melee damage. But it was such a huge difference in play style. I was sick of playing that defense. My buddy and I, a real life friend, Ace, because I was in the Navy when the game came out. We were in A school and then C school at the same place. Well, this was what we would do on the weekend. Well, I would play to save money. That and I was like the oldest guy in my class. 5. I turned 25. Got out of boot camp, and we had a lot of young guys who weren't 21 yet. Just on, not just in my class, but at that command period. A lot of really, really smart kids who got into the nuke program. Got the, at the time, that was the biggest sign-in bonus you could get. Full 20 grand. Of course, you didn't get it all after boot camp. You got it in parts. got a nice chunk. I think when you finish A school, or you got like part of it when you got out of boot camp, got to your school. Fired Army. Okay. Yeah, I did. Thought I was supposed to go there, but I must have went right back in there. Yeah, I didn't retire. I got sick in school and got to the fleet. I really didn't like school. Like, I kind of wish I had gone with my initial plan, was to just like get it, because I had my degree already when I enlisted with a degree, and I was just gonna get an easy job, get to the fleet as fast as I could. Because one of my things I wanted to do was I wanted to get stationed in California and start learning wushu, Chinese kung fu, performance kung fu, and try to be a stuntman. And I also said, you know, get this easy job, short school, and try to finish my master's while I'm in. So if I decide, okay, well, I'm gonna stick with this Navy thing, then I could drop my OCS package and oh, okay, I gotta run this generator's making her stronger. Yeah, anyway, so I was older than and had much more life experience than people in most of the people in my training command. And my chief found out. He was like, bro, like, I know you're a grown man. Like, first he was like, first I don't know what you're doing here. Like, why didn't you go to OCS? And really, I went to the officer recruiter, and that dude like shunning, like pushing me off, because I went to this really academically rigorous liberal arts school. No, ha ha ha, LOL, liberal arts. But actually, I learned a lot. Like, one thing I'll tell people: if you go to liberal arts school, your degree doesn't transfer over to anything in the real world at all. But the whole point is to like learn how to think, how to reason. You learn a lot of skills that then, you know, it's like decide what you want to do, and you know how to sell yourself, but you're gonna have to really sell yourself. So I'm like, got a liberal arts degree in religion. I made it through nuke school. Now, of course, that doesn't mean, you know, everybody, oh, you're an English major. No, I went to a magnet school, and so originally engineering, science, all that kind of stuff, that is what, you know, my high school prepared me for. But I got completely out of that while I was school, learning that all those years I spent studying science and everything, and hating English, that I was better at English and writing and everything else. But It is what it is. Sometimes I'm like, if I had it to do over again, I should have not slacked off on all the science stuff. But man, I was a kid. I didn't know. I didn't know anything about like. I appreciate the follow. I didn't know anything about exercise science and all that kind of stuff. Like, yo, man, you go and you major in biology, and then you go somewhere else. You can study exercise science, and it's basically, well, what is that? Well, you're doing science projects on like how to jump higher, how to run faster. You like playing basketball? Well, now you get to do all kinds of crazy experiments, and when you have to sit down and write papers, you're writing about, can somebody dunk a basketball if they do this exercise or this exercise? That stuff would have that would have I would have liked that. Back then I didn't see the connection. And I know all of that now because I'm a personal trainer, but how much farther could I be as a trainer and martial arts guy, fitness stuff, if I had like stuck, if I had seen the connections with stuff I was doing back then to later. Of course, I didn't really have the attention span back then. I could memorize stuff, but I didn't have the attention span that I'd have on as I got older. That was another maybe. Sometimes I'm like, the best thing I really could have done was instead of go to college, go in the military at 17. I Well, I say my grandma, but legally I wasn't supposed to be with my grandma. My mom would have had to sign me in. I would have been that kid to say boot camp where they're like, who's here under 18? I have to call my mom and fax forms to her for her to sign for me. She probably wouldn't have done it, so issue there. But yeah, I kind of wish I had joined the military right out of high school. I would have been able to handle it. I wouldn't have been scared. At that time, I would have been afraid, but once I got there, I'd have been fine. You know, as soon as we start the physical stuff, I would have been good. PT, I would have been, because I was an athlete in high school. Even though I went to high school full of nerds, like we won, our basketball team won the state championship. I went to state in track. I used to run with the wrestling team when the guys needed to make weight because I was a runner, cross country, track. Tried playing basketball, but I was too athletic, right? Yeah, people who are too athletic, don't understand the game, but just really good athletes. That was me back then. Kind of wish I had joined earlier and probably done about 8 years, 2 enlistments, had some nice life experience, and then come out and either, no, I'd say come out and then done college, but I would have had to have done it while I was in, because I remember I tried to go back to school. I went to grad school. My grandma got sick, and I left, came home, and then that's when I was like, all right, well, I'm a personal trainer now. Maybe I should go like either pick up exercise science degree or physical therapy or both. And I couldn't stand being in the classroom with 18-year-olds, and here I am 30, been around the world, been in the military, and I'm here with like 18, 19, 20-year-olds who acting goofy because I went to junior college because it was, I mean, GI Bill free. But even if I hadn't used my GI Bill, it's still pretty much free. I mean, I think people should go the junior college route just because the price of schools is insane now. But you don't really, outside of the sports, you're not missing anything. And I went to small liberal arts school, so uh, you know, like one of my friends from high school we went to the same college together. He was the basketball star, soccer star in high school. We get to college. One, it was liberal arts school for like rich kids, and neither one of us were rich. Both his parents were college professors, but I mean, you know, that's one of those jobs that sounds prestigious, but you're still, I mean, I don't know, maybe if somebody's like at Harvard, Yale, somewhere like that, and they're writing all multiple books and have speaking engagements everywhere. I don't know, but I know what how his parents were doing, because like you've been the same places as me since seventh grade, all the way through. You know, we ended up seventh grade all the way through college. So, but 7 through 12, 6, so 10 years we were in school together, from 12 to 21, 22. Other grow up. I was like, your parents are both professors, but with PhDs, but we in the same social class. You just live in the middle class part of Nashville where the white people live, and I live in the middle class part of Nashville where the black people live. And we both end up in the same high middle school slash high school, because my high school 7 through 12, same college, both on, you know, uh both on some kind of need based academic scholarships. Anyway, I don't even want to read the rest of this. Done with this Bennett Harris. I had a villain that I had started, and I got up to Luke hadn't played. I think it was a brute. I like brutes too. And yeah, my first brute was the same thing. Super strength, vulnerability. I had a Thugs Traps mastermind way back too. I never got that one to 50. I want to say because I had another account, and sometimes I used to try to double box, where I play two characters at the same time at like two different computers side by side. But I couldn't handle playing two accounts. All right, Agent Noah. Before the first round of the competition, certain that the Aspa Agnos not taken. Thus, I have assigned each of you a task of profile your importance if you, in the eyes of those who govern the pecking order in the Rogue Isles. In other words, make the arbiters believe you're not someone worth paying attention to for the time being. Do. You have most likely already spoken with the arbiters that grant you powers. Here to regard you as just one of the teeming throng that litter the streets of Mercy Island. Not truly the case. In fact, they have already taken a silent interest in your activities, making your movements not as slight as you may believe. You need to make them think you're not worth considering for the time being. Part of your challenge, I will leave the details up to you. However, if I were to offer a suggestion, perhaps you may want to convince them that you're woefully inexperienced. Dr. Graves pauses for a moment as he reads your face. In other words, tell them you're a noob. Arbiter Richard RCI. Tell him that I'm a noob. And that Tina McIntyre missions. Oh, y'all can't see the chat because my webcam is covering it. Somebody's running Tina McIntyre right now. Kind of like, man, I got a defender sitting at 45. I could probably get to 46, 47 if I swap tunes or hopped on some. I'm good. Still on that. What is it that you want, citizen? Not required to speak. Still, you need training. Out with it already. So, you're like a trainer, right? What kind of foolish question is that? Of course I'm a trainer. Hold on a moment. You're Agent Noi, are you not? You've already been granted the right to increase your power several times now. As a matter of fact, I believe I may even have granted you that right personally. What is this all about? I don't remember. I think I may have been mind wiped. Mind wiped? I'm unaware of any local individual who's been authorized to use the use of those powers, let alone deign to use them on you. Speak up. Who was it that mind wiped you? I don't remember. I was mind wiped, remember? Being it. Right, then I'll play along for now. To answer your original question, yes, I'm a trainer, an arbiter, that. You will come to me when you feel you can demonstrate increased powers through taking tasks that Arachnos. You can exhibit enough gained experience, I or another Arger may be worthy of the privilege of increased powers. Oh my god, this is a tutorial, man. I forgot what experience means. What? How could you forget something as simple as gained by combating those that Arachnos deems an enemy, by undertaking special missions as well? Only a simpleton would ask such a ridiculous question. Yeah, I forgot you were mind wiped. Oh no, you've been mind wiped too. I have not. I have an idea. Let me help you, Aiden. I want you to go speak with Arbiter Unger in Port Oaks. Quite certain he will be more than happy to answer any and every question you have for him. Please be sure to ask him, I don't know, any little thing you're even the slightest bit curious about. Perhaps you would like to know why the sky is blue. Well then, you be sure to ask, alright? It'll be fun, won't it? Travel south beyond the wall until you arrive at the ferry, at which point you can take it to Port Oaks West. Now, leave my presence immediately. Thank you for your help, Arbiter. Nice day. Ours. Bill inside. I'm not happy about it. But see, there's a badge in it. I'm streaming with you guys. I'm having a good time. I think at one point I was not expecting anyone to be on. I stream City of Heroes to you. Nobody watches it anymore. Like, well, let me try Twitch. This is cool. I'm good. I'm not gonna complain. Una Matata, right? You shall not pass. Shall not pass. Wife is playing music and he's having a good time. I'm having a good time. The Port Oaks West. All right. Holler it. Talk to Mike. Holler it. Hunger. Ninja run on. Oh man, some of these players look like they hit kind of hard. Oh, I don't want to mess with y'all. Like they hit hard. Arbiter Unger, citizen, standing before me, that must only mean you are claiming your right to increase your powers. You in no way would be here to waste my time, am I right? I mean, that would be quite dangerous. 3. Actually, Arbiter Richard directed me. Oh, he did now, did he? What is it that you need from me that he could not deal with himself? I wanted to know how the fairies work. He wanted to know and he sent you to me to ask me how the fairies work. Let me make sure I understand this. Arbiter Richard, rather than answer this pathetic question himself, sent you to me, and he very specifically said to you, you were to speak to Arbiter Unger. Am I understanding this right? No, sir. He said speak to that brown-nosing Unger. Brown-nosing. I see. Very well. I'll answer your question, citizen. The fairies are but one means of transportation throughout the islands that make Rogue Isles. By the grace of Lord Recluse, fairies are free to use and will take you to a number of different points. You can use them anytime you wish, reducing the time it would take to travel there through. Know this, although Arachnos has provided you the means of transportation, we do not provide you protection in your journeys. Wander into a neighborhood with individuals far more powerful than you. Your body will be unceremoniously dumped into the ocean, similar to what I have in mind for Richard when I see him. You're gonna kill him? Are arbiters allowed to do that? What? Oh no, you mistake me. I would never lay a hand upon one of my fellow arbiters, even a buffoon the likes of Richard. However, I understand he is dealing with the problem of a corrupt police force within his purview. The Rogue Isle police force is to start winding up in the hospital after a spate of mysterious attacks. Well, I'm quite certain their police chief answers for Richard personally. That's all done. I'd be curious to see whose nose is browner. Now then, I've answered questions. Unless you have real business with me, I would suggest that you go about your day somewhere else. Then, away now. I actually do need to train though. Funny thing is, stuff with these guys, I legit need. Here we go. Billion. That quick. Almost a million that quick. That's I was watching some new players stream yesterday, well, over the weekend, and I was trying, I think they were running double XP things from the pay to win vendor, and I was saying, like, they were like, yeah, I'm not earning any influence, and I was saying, you know, there's other ways in the game to earn influence even while you're earning double XP. It can make money off of your reward merits that you're from completing the story arcs. So that's how you do it. I had a 21 merits, sold 11, earned 11 merits in the 33 enhancement converters, and then sold 13 of them and almost at 1 million influence or infamy. Where are these cops, man? What the hell? On a quartermastering. Put something in some spots. Oh, I got at least one soldier of Arachnos enhancement, archetype enhancement. Oh, I got at least one. But once I get to 10, I don't know what power I want to slot it in. Ready for some better missions though. I don't like these that I've been running so far, but it is what it is. They gotta bring me along slowly. You know, I technically only have 2 attacks, 5 abilities, but like passives, I'm not even sure what I can put in the passives yet, because I haven't looked at builds, nothing.